What's up, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, welcome back. If you are not new, we are here with another album off of Lil Uzi Vert's discography. We are going to be listening to the first Love Is Rage today. We're going to be listening to the version on SoundCloud so that we get all 16 tracks instead of getting the 12-track version that is on Spotify. I saw all of your comments recommending that I listen to the version that is on SoundCloud, and I heard you. So that's what we're going to be listening to today. I'm really excited to be doing another video on Lil Uzi. His music is just amazing and phenomenal and fantastic, and it's got great vibes and great energy, and I'm just hoping for some really fun stuff to listen to today. So we're going to jump right into this. I'm not going to waste too much of your time with this introduction. Before we do that, though, follow me on my social media and consider supporting this channel on Patreon so that I get to keep making these videos full-time for you guys. It helps me to keep the quality of these videos as high as I can, and it helps me to get better equipment and to upload these videos as much and as often as I can. So if you want more videos throughout the week and you want to see less ads in my videos, consider supporting the channel on Patreon. I really appreciate all my patrons for the support on there. It means a lot and it helps this channel tremendously. So we're going to jump right into Love Is Rage. Let's get it. The first track is Safe House. Oh, I've heard this. We'll let it play for a little bit. I like this song, it's dope.
You ain't safe in the safe house. Get money out the safe house. Put chops in Steph Curry with the ball stats. Swerve around the whole track.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so as you all know, I don't really react to songs that I've already heard before. I let that one play for a little bit just because I really enjoy that introduction and because he gets into his bag when it comes to his verses. You know, he was spitting and I really enjoyed that. So I think it's a great introduction. I love the synths. I love the leads that go on. I love the drums. They're really simple. The kick has kind of got like a UK drill pattern to it. I really like that. I think it's interesting, it's different, and I think Uzi does his thing on this track. You know, the standout element to me on that introduction track is Uzi's performance, because he really did get into his bag when it came to writing those verses, man. And it's a great track. We're gonna go on to track 2 though. Hopefully one that I haven't heard. This is Banned from TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those horns are dope, man. Yeah.
We moving, shaking, working, now that money go pop. Yeah. My ex-presidential running like
whoa. Yeah. This is dope, man. This is hard. I like the flow.
I just made a honey.
Really energetic track. I love the horns. I love how hard the beat goes. He does his thing. His performance is great. The hook is okay. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like the hook that much, but the verses were fire. His flow was dope. You know, he found a really nice pocket to flow in on this track, and I think it's a great, really quick track. Sounds awesome, dude. Next track is Super Saiyan.
I made $1 million with your talent. Have you ever for that mileage? My jewelry on gleam, yeah. Your bitch on my team. Pro limousine, yeah. And no dream, yeah. Thinking like I'm Saiyan, ayy. I am a Leo like lion, ayy. Better than me than he like.
You know, I'm not really a fan of this track. I don't know what it is. I like the beat. I like his energy on the track. I didn't really vibe with this one. I didn't like the hook that much. I thought the verses were okay, you know, they were dope, but I don't know. I just don't see myself going back to listen to this one. I think that the song was okay, but it didn't really grab my attention all that much. It wasn't extremely catchy, you know, it didn't have a really unique melody or anything like that. It sounds kind of like something that I would expect to hear the Migos on, you know, instead of Lil Uzi. I feel like Lil Uzi Vert's beat selection is normally a little more creative and less generic sounding than this. So I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't feel special to me, you know. I probably won't come back to that one. Next track is 7 a.m.
Don't think I didn't see your Chanel shoes.
Hey.
See, this beat already sounds nicer and smoother than that last one. I love the vocalizing. Lil Uzi is awesome at that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Coming home, they be waiting on me like jump on my goddamn diamonds all in my phone.
Yo, those bells in the background, they're so quiet, but they go so hard, dude. They add a really cool touch to this beat, man. And I love that he kept his verse short, because the hook to this thing is an anthem, and he just goes right back into that because that's the part that people are going to be screaming out. That's the part people are going to be vibing to. Yo, this track is extremely creative, and it sounds amazing to me right now. So that's the same melody as Baby Are You Home, right? I'm pretty sure that is. That one's a banger, bro. It's an anthem. It's got an amazing energy to it. The vibe to that one is tremendous. I love the beat selection. I love the whole performance on it. It's great. Next is Lamborghini Dream. Young Thug on this one, yo. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, the production on this is nuts. Yo, in the background there's like a choir that's singing, and it sounds amazing. It sounds really eerie and almost scary, you know? It's got like this really cool vibe to it. But this track, it started off and I wasn't feeling it that much, but it grew on me, man. It grew on me, and by the end of that first post-chorus, right before Lil Uzi's verse, I was really feeling this, and I was like, man, you know what? This is actually really fire, and it's really creative, and this is an awesome song to vibe out to, man. Thug did his thing on this, and I love that experience when you start off and you're like, man, I don't know if this is for me, and then you start like understanding the track as you go through it, and you're like, all right, yeah, this is hard. This is a really great track, dude. I really like this. And when that beat drops in the middle of Uzi's verse, dude, is insane. Next track is Right Now. Sounds kind of familiar. I'm not sure if I've heard this already. I think I had heard this before, but it was maybe like once a while ago, and I had completely forgotten about it. So it sounds a little familiar, but I really have no idea how the song goes because I just forgot. So I'm gonna listen to this anyways. That filter on his vocal is great. There's a little synth going on in the background that's arpeggiated that sounds amazing, and I just picked up on it. It adds a really cool melody in the background, man. And one thing that I'm gonna say right here, and I don't know if a lot of you will agree with me, but you can let me know in the comments section, the fact they put the filter on his vocals makes it sound awesome. But I'm only understanding what he's saying because I'm reading along with the lyrics. Because I close my eyes, and if I just listen to him, I can only pick out like 3 or 4 words. The cool thing about that is, even though I can't really understand him if I'm just listening to this, the song still sounds great. And the vibe to this is still amazing. And that's probably what this song was really made for. They probably put that filter on his vocals because they're saying, you know what? We don't really need people to understand 100% of what he's saying. We just want people to hear this and hear the melody that he's singing along with all the other instruments in the beat, and to just vibe out to it. And that fact to this track is amazing to me. The fact that I can't understand half of what he's saying, but it still sounds so good, you know? It's basically like putting on a really cool instrumental track just to vibe to, you know? Only you get that extra touch of having him actually performing on the track. It's really dope. There's like wavy synths and pads and bells, and they sound awesome. Yeah, man, I love that track. I love it. I love the fact that his performance is what makes this track. You know, it's not his lyricism, it's his performance. And I think that that's just awesome. Next track is Moist. Yo, it sounds like the snare on this is a snap layered with a wood block, layered with a clap. But the clap only comes in on every 4th beat. And it sounds awesome, dude. It sounds really creative. The fact that it sounds like it's a snap and a wood block gives this track almost like an R&B vibe to it. It's great.
Switching it up, or if it's I don't really like a nigga, it don't even matter cause it's him. I just got to tell me for they boyfriend cause them niggas hating on me.
Yeah.
I've been flipping for
Yeah, man. The vocalizing, the harmonizing, the use of auto-tune, the humming, the performance. I mean, he's a rock star, dude. He's just awesome. Next track is Top. Yo, the distortion on the 808 is nuts, man.
cool, like $1,000 shows, hunting on my jewels, trying out these bands, like how the fuck are you? And tools, fuck bitches and tools, fuck that bitch on. Britney turned me to a slut, Britney turned me to a slut. Who the fuck are you? Why you walk so cool, like cover? Then I swear my cool, trying out these bands, like I can't wife no fool, got no time for moves, feel like yeah, man, ain't got no money.
One thing that impresses me in Lil Uzi is the fact that he's able to change his voice depending on the track that he's on, you know? Because on the hook here, he sounds completely different than he does on the verse. And so the fact that he modifies the way his vocals sound to fit the vibe and actually to create the vibe that he wants to create is really interesting to me. And I personally, I love it. I think this beat is hard. I think the production on this is insane. The percussion on this is awesome. The kick goes so hard. The 808 rides, and Lil Uzi does his thing going over the top of this. So I love it. This track is Queso. Yo, this is insanely hard, bro.
Diamond necklace, $1,000 check, bitch, flexing, we start sexing, now they can't spell stressing.
Yeah.
Cause I got that sauce, I be fucking through your speakers.
Hey.
Married to the money, fuck unstable features.
Yeah.
Chevy get the call, I'm in Cali, we should link up.
Yo, this track is hard. I really enjoyed that Wiz Khalifa feature, bro. I thought it was pretty funny the way he was, you know, talking about like sidekicks and the Motorola beepers, you know, and just kind of like throwback stuff, you know. I thought that was really cool. The beat is insanely hard. Lil Uzi does his thing, and that hook is just really catchy, dude. So I love it. It's a banger. This track is All My Chains.
On the face, no Georgina, ayy. Baby look like Tina, ayy. Go block with all my rings on. On the face, no Georgina, damn. On the block with all my rings on. Damn, no I do not want no wing. Damn, I was at to the wing. Damn, they best ball in my shoulder. Must admit I am this shit like a Lonnie. When the top 5 such a chill.
Yeah, man, look, this song is a banger. It's got lots of distortion, lots of energy to it. The beat hits really hard, you know, and Lil Uzi performs in a way that fits this track. That being said, you know, credit to the track and to the producer and to the artist for making a track like this where everything works really well together, but it's just personally not for me, you know? I don't see myself coming back to this one a lot. Nothing against it. I don't think that there's really anything bad with it or nothing wrong with it. It's just not really my taste, and I don't see myself coming back to this type of Lil Uzi track. Next track is Belly.
Never with no baddies. I'm beat up, feel like I'm Danny. I eat your ass right with the toast. We bout the body like man noise. It's Jose, spending money with my bros. Throwing shots at my phones.
The flow is nice. Yeah, man, this one is a banger. There's so much going on in this beat, you know? There's like static sounds and a bunch of different samples going on at the same time. The keys are really hard. The 808 is extremely distorted, and the entire track is just loaded with energy. So I'm imagining that really the best way to hear this would be live in concert with, you know, 30, 40,000 people screaming the same lyrics and everyone jumping and everyone moshing to this. It's really what I see going on. It's what I envision whenever I hear this. I've got to be in a very specific mood. Like, I've got to be in a really energetic and like mosh mindset to listen to this type of music, which is why I always say there's nothing wrong with it and it's a really dope banger. But I don't see myself coming back to it a lot to listen to, you know? With My Crew X 1987. I think that's how you say that title.
I just got rid of my bull. I'm out just swerving the cool. Riding around my crew. Riding around
Yo.
Bitch, I ain't checking on you.
The little wood block. The saxophone.
Counting these bills, they be blue.
Yo, this is smooth. I love that slide to the 808. Oh, it's 2 tracks in one. Okay. I love the guitar. The vibe to this is nuts. Yo, we got 2 tracks in one on this, and both of them are really smooth. They're really wavy, solely just to vibe to, and I think that they both sound great. They really sound awesome. Next track is New York Nights at 21.
What about times you looked at me like you love me, gave me the face? It was close, like you my antidote. I understand you let me go. Downtown, party up and down, party up and down. Yeah, she getting wild. Thought it's something important, baby. Oh, and I know.
Yeah, man, I was actually kind of zoning out during that track. It's really smooth, and it gives me just that vibe, you know, that hypnotizing, think about life vibe. I think it's great. Next is Enemies.
Friends next to me, enemies to go. Rash Simmons on my feet, that's all fine. I'm just on it, getting all this money. Drinking in the sea, don't get drunk, now I'm zoned.
Yeah. Love the strings.
I never get cold. All I wanna die is pussy, you know. Count my money, I'm getting. Got no friends next to me. And I just be pouring full like a captain. We never lacking, that's where they got that. We stay up to the moment.
Yo, he's going off.
You ain't a star, I'm a ball like I am on that rolls. I be ballin' like I am in my role. Got no friend, new shit like a race. $15 bars, throwing like a pay.
Yeah, man, this has got insane energy to it. Again, it's one of the beats that has a lot of stuff going on in the background, a lot of different sounds going on at once, and Lil Uzi comes in with that same energy, the same vibe that he always provides. You know, it's got a really catchy melody that he sings, and in his verses, he just goes off, man. I don't think I've really heard Lil Uzi spit that fast before, so that was pretty impressive to me. That's a really cool track. Next track is Ballin' to the End.
I'm gonna have dolphins and shit.
Yo, that's fire. Yeah.
I be ballin' like I am there. Killing my competition like a rock.
The vibe is insane. It's very wavy. That synth is so fire, bro. Yeah. Yo, this one is very wavy. The vibe is tremendous. It's one of my favorites so far. You know, the beat just hits different. I love that synth. It's so fire. I love this track. The last track on Love Is Rage, Paradise. Let's get it.
I just wanna be there when I wake up. Yeah, all day rockin' ball, man, I'm rockin' missing completely the 4 to 4 days. I started touring, I started ballin', it started stalling, yeah. But that's only in the moment.
Yeah, you know, Paradise is cool. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it fits with the rest of the project, although it is a bonus track. And it's definitely not very much for me. It's not really my taste. It's not really my musical preference. It's all right, you know. It's Lil Uzi experimenting with a different vibe, a different sound, and that's nothing wrong with that. But it's just not for me. So let's talk about Love Is Rage. All right, man. Love Is Rage by Lil Uzi Vert. So far, we've gone through Lil Uzi Vert versus the World, The Perfect Love Tape. And this one is the longer of the other 2 track projects, that we listened to. And so this one's got more of a, it feels like it's more polished, it feels like it's more well-rounded, it feels like since he had more music in it that he was able to get to a wider variety of different sounds. You know, it feels like he experimented a little bit more on this. It feels like the beats on this project are more complex, they've got more things going on, they've got more samples, you know, he's got more intricacy to his beats. He definitely comes with better bars. He definitely comes with better and more experienced performance on these tracks. I feel like, you know, on these songs he was able to better manipulate the auto-tune, better manipulate his voice to shape the track and the moods that he wants to create. You know, whereas there was a really type of raw vibe to Lil Uzi Vert versus the World and the Perfect Love tapes because he was just grinding and on his come up. Here there's more of a polish to his sound, to his craft, and it's really interesting to see that growth on this project from Lil Uzi Vert. I liked the fact that he was very efficient at creating catchy hooks and catchy melodies, and at the same time very efficient at writing fire verses and getting into his bag when it came time to rap on some of these songs. So I like that. I like to see that evolution to Lil Uzi Vert on this project. In terms of how much I enjoyed listening to it, you know, there were a few tracks that I mentioned that weren't really for me, that I don't see myself coming back to that much, but that's just because he put so many different genres of music on this project that some of them just aren't really my personal taste. But to his credit, he put tons of different genres of music on one project. You know, he showed a very vast array of, what am I trying to say? He showed how versatile he is by being able to do so many different sounds. So, you know, as a whole, I would skip a few tracks from this project, but also I admire the fact that it's so vast and so varied and so different and so creative and so, you know, polished from Lil Uzi Vert. So I really appreciate this project. I really appreciate seeing that growth from the Perfect Love tape to, you know, Love is Rage, the first one. I can't wait to hear what the second one sounds like, because a lot of you guys have been asking for that one more so than this one, but I just felt like I wanted to do, you know, this in order. So yeah, that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, become part of the family. We would love to have you. This channel is all about coming up and bringing other people with us. Consider supporting this channel on Patreon so that I get to keep making these videos full-time for you guys, to keep the quality of these videos as high as I can, and to produce this content as often as I can. I also use the money from Patreon to fund some of my personal projects, some of my personal music endeavors, you know, and if you feel like you want to support that, then by all means, the link is in the top right-hand corner. It's also in the description and on the end screen of this video. I appreciate you all so much, and that being said, I'll be back in another video very soon. Peace.